Hi folks, TJ here, sitting back on my couch, fireplace going over here, drapes all shut. It's a cool, blustery morning. It's in the 1980s, 1980 to be exact. And I'm reminiscing and going through my old brochures for some Atari 800 and 400 goodies. You see, I just came back from a trip back east. I was born and raised in Tiverton, Rhode Island, but at 6 to 7 years old, moved out here to California. But every year, we would go back a couple times a year, see family, friends, and sometimes around Christmas time. And one of my cousins had an Atari 400. Oh, I've been wanting a computer for a while. Been saving paper out money. I've told this in the story before. When kids had to get up early in the wee hours of the morning, deliver papers, and I was an enterprising kid. I wanted to get a computer. I was considering all sorts of options. Even looked at a ZX80 briefly, but color and sound won me over. And I saw an Atari 400. Cousin's house, played it. Ooh, this was kind of cool. But then when we got back home, I believe it was Macy's. Traveled to Macy's. See, I was born and raised in Livermore, California for a good chunk of my life. And went to the mall up in, I think it was considered Pleasanton. And at the mall, I remember going to Macy's. And they had an Atari kiosk. And at that Atari kiosk, they had an Atari 400 and 800. And I sat there going, ooh, this 800 has some keys on the keyboard. Real keys, not these membrane things. So I picked up some brochures. One was the basic computer. One was the Atari home computer, the Atari 800 home computer. And one was kind of everything, Atari home computer's product catalog. Oh, I came home and studied, looked over all these brochures, so I thought it'd be kind of fun to step back in time. I'll change the panoramic of the video camera a little bit so you can sit here and enjoy looking at a catalog with me and think back when you purchased your first computer. Was it an Atari, a Sinclair, whatever it is, you probably picked up a brochure, read it, started dreaming, saving, and eventually either purchased or was gifted a goodie from Santa, your parents, your grandparents. For me, I had to buy my own, about $1,300 off the top of my head, $1,350 for an Atari 800 with a cassette tape drive. Oh, I was in the butter zone. Eventually purchased a modem, and me and my buddies started communicating over the telephone lines, and I started BBSing. Oh, it was a fun time. I don't find computers of this day and age grip us the same way as these did, because everything was new and fresh. Now it's just faster, faster, faster. More graphics, more realistic. But a computer that did things that we didn't know about was really fun. I wish we could step back to those times, but for some of us, we can dream. So let's step back, look at some catalogs together, or brochures, and think, why did TJ choose an Atari 800 at the time? So come sit with me, grab some drink, coffee, hot cocoa, whiskey, whatever your cuppa is, and let's check out some cool brochures together, okay? All right, I've come back with 3 brochures from Macy's. And I think what we're gonna do is start with the Atari home computers product catalog, because I need to figure out what I want. And this will give me a broader range of what's available for the Atari computer. So on the front cover, you can already see Atari 400, 800, nice looking monitor. What brand of monitor is that? I love old monitors, don't you? Playing Pac-Man. There's the Pac-Man box. Home filing manager. We got to get the business essence in there, because this is just not a game machine, folks. This is a real computer. And it's a nice thick catalog. Look at all the pages in this thing. So we're going to have fun. So we flop open page 1, and it gives us a little welcome to the exciting world of Atari home computers. Today, hundreds of thousands of people are using Atari home computers to make their lives easier and more enjoyable. All over the world, people like you are learning to harness the power and versatility of computers to educate their children, to expand their horizons by acquiring new skills, to manage their personal and home business finances. An Atari home computer can help make these and many other tasks a whole lot easier. Yeah! So it has a nice, I'm not going to read everything verbatim. I just wanted to give you a little taste of what this front cover talks about. And it has table of contents. What can you do with a computer? Page 2. How to talk to a computer? Page 4. The Atari 400 home computer and system components. Page 6. The Atari 800 home computer and system components. Page 10. Getting started in building a system. Page 14. Atari home computer programs. Page 18. Oh, this is a big boy. And then Atari home computer product specifications and accessories. Page 30. Publication date 1982. So this publication came out, I'm trying to remember, was it, could have swore I purchased my Atari 800 when it was 1980, but maybe it was 82. I forget, I'm old. But it was a long time ago. I remember reminiscing and looking back in the 1980s for what I wanted to get. So here it is. So it's got a nice, after page 1, there's a nice big family affair here. Who knows? Maybe it's business. Hey, that looks like Lady Diana, doesn't it? She liked Atari computers too. Little kid, Atari 800 here, and 810 floppy drive, cassette drive, nice screen. Little kid, oh looking, I want that. And it looks like my buddy John Gear that I work with. That's what he was doing, but he was looking at fly fishing stuff. He wasn't looking at no computer. And that's me. Gee, this guy looks like a Trammell, doesn't he? But Trammells didn't buy Atari until, what, 1985? Sure looks like one, though. Lady Di, some other little girl, maybe. Businessman, his secretary. Or maybe she's the boss and he's the secretary. Not back in 1980, folks. It's a little different time back then. Some geek dude, a dude with a baseball hat. You know he wants to play sports games. Nice lady with a bow tie. Hey, she got a nice looking bow tie. All checking out the Atari 800 computer. Then they go to the next page. Oh, it looks like, would you learn some French before your trip to Europe? Yeah, I would. So there's a lady here wanting to learn French. Looks like they want to talk about music here a little bit because there's a little boy with a trumpet. Little boy with an Izod, good old Izod. Little alligator on your jacket or sweater. I had a friend, Bob Brochures. He was totally into Izod. He had Izod everything, Izod underwear even. And a little girl, all looking forward to their Atari computer. Here's a businessman. Give your home office that professional edge. Fun. Oh, there's a telephone. Oh, I racked up those BBS dollars. My parents got so PO'd at me, I racked up the long distance phone bill. This dude's it looks like he's doing basic 10 graphics, 20 color 3, 30 plot, 40 draw. This is talking about programming, I'm guessing. And it looks like, hey, floppy, cassette, cartridge, the best of all worlds. Cool. So there's a nice businessy, BBS-y programming page. Very cool. Atari 400. Oh, I actually dug that membrane key until I touched an Atari 800, that is. Atari 400 home computer. Look at that page spread. I was still interested. If that's all I could afford, that's what I was going to buy. Only one cartridge poured in there, but it was still a cool computer. My cousins had one. And listen to the chime of the old clock. We really are back in the 1980s right now. So that's a front page spread there, Atari 400. And then we switch. Oh, the Atari 400 home computer system. Not only the 835 direct connect modem, and there's a good old-fashioned phone. That's a phone, kids. We were on cellular phones back then. We had landlines. And cords had phones connected to them. A printer. I never had one of those little color thermal printers. Look cool. Look at that monitor. I gotta get one of these nice monitors. I got a lot of monitors. I got some cool ones. I've got an RCA TV that's cool, but it's heavy. It's 27 inch. Atari 400 looks sleek. 1010 recorder, 410 recorder, and what's interesting, so this brochure, this is the design of the 800 XL. But yet we're talking about Atari 400 and 800, the beige computers. This must have came at a time where they were making some transitions, I guess. Because this is the design of the 12, maybe it's the 1200 XL, because that came out first, I believe, technically. So there's that page, really fun. Atari 400. These are all the components I wanted to get. Joysticks, you name it. It's cool. Then we turn to this page, and oh, ain't she pretty? Oh, look at 800. You thought I was talking about her, huh? Well, she's pretty too, but Atari 800 computer. If I get one of these, I'm going to become like this dude down here, business-like. And I'm going to be like this kid here. And I had glasses as a kid. I was studious. But studious DJ? That's a lie. Okay, Atari 800 home computer. Oh, look at that beauty. Real keys, real tank. This was the bee's knees. I had to have it. And I did. So that's the Atari 800 home computer. Nice brochure. Pop over the next page. Oh, look at that. Atari 800 home computer system. Nice looking monitor. Here's all the things you could get. Oh, that same modem. Oh, but look at the printer grew a little bit. There's two printers, that one and that one. The 835 Direct Connect modem it starts talking about. Oh, look at that numeric keypad. I don't have one of those. Oh, I'd like one of those. The 810 floppy drive. Couple cassettes. Yeah, TJ could only afford that bad boy there. Not that one, this one. That's what I was able to buy at the time. Oh, this page is separating a little bit. Oh, the staple must have come undone. I'm pulling a little bit too much. I gotta calm down. Atari 800 home computer. Here's what you can buy, kids. Let's go to the next page. Oh, look at all those boxes. Getting started is easy. The learning system, the ultimate game system. So it came in different packages. The educator, the communicator, 2, not just one. The communicator, 2. Telelink, the entertainer, the programmer, the Atari 400 home computer. Look at all that. Games, Pac-Man, the communication system, the programming system, all that in Atari computer. Then we flipped again. Oh, there's that same girl. But look at all the stuff you can buy along with her. You can buy the bookkeeping kit, the communicator 2, Atari word processing, the Atari 800 home computer, the home manager kit, a nice big printer, and that is the printer that TJ did eventually purchase. And it wasn't a great choice at the time because I don't think I could do, with the software I purchased, graphics. I could only do text at the time, or I didn't know what the heck I was doing. That could be it too. But I went back to the shop, back when shops carried Atari 800, and he said, no, this software doesn't make any graphics, so I think that was it. Or he lied to me. So there's all the stuff that you could buy to become more studious and business executive type. Then it talks about home management, different software, communication. Here's all the different things, and it has nice paragraphs about each of the different things. The home filing manager, VisiCalc. Oh yeah, you had to have VisiCalc, kids. Spreadsheets. That was probably the biggest thing after games that really launched computers, in my opinion. Spreadsheets, VisiCalc. So that was a fun page. Oh, but TJ wanted to learn. So look, Juggler's House, Juggler's Rainbow. Starts getting into things about looking more like graphic-y stuff. Well, that looks fun. An invitation to programming. Oh, Invasion of the Cloud People. I could feel it. Back then, I never made it because girls and sports cars became more important. But when I turned 50s, now I made my first game, but not on an Atari. But the idea came during when I had an Atari. I made mine on a Sinclair Spectrum. That's right. I like Sinclair Spectrum, and I'm in the United States, believe it or not. So cool. Learning. Oh, but look, music too. Touch typing. Scram. Lots more graphics on this page. Oh, personal development. I really started getting juices flowing here. Conversational languages. Kingdom. And then we flipped another page. Oh, Star Raiders. Galaxian. Defender. All the games. We all had to play games back there, kids. Whoa, they had some great games for Atari. One time Atari ruled the world. Not anymore, folks. It's a sad day. Now all the other stuff owns the world, but that's okay. We still have memories, right? And there's a pretty good retro scene going on right about now, I would say. Heck, an Atari Falcon cost $2,500. That's a lot of money. And it's 2021. Atari still retain their value. Yeah, they do. So lots of games you could buy. Flip the page. Atari Microsoft Basic. Oh, and Microsoft was on lots of stuff back then. Atari Basic, Microsoft Basic, Assembler, Editor. Oh, TJ's he's afraid of Assembler. I can only handle Basic right about now. But one day I'll start looking at Assembler, whatever you want to call it. Oh, but they had Pilot and Pilot Home Package. Oh, look at that little dude. He's got a little pilot and he's got a turtle. Okay, that's cool. Turtle. Turtles do programming slow and steady, folks. Oh, but look, there's E.T. Oh, he ruled the computer revolution. And the death of it, too. Yeah, but I don't think the game was that bad. It just had to be rushed in 5 weeks. People back then rushed. It's all about the money, folks, not about the enjoyment. That's what the problem is with business. It's money first, people second. We need to change that, don't we? People first, money second. And the money will be enough for you to have a happy life. That's all you should care about. Dig Dug, the best game in all the lands. That's the game I like, Dig Dug. All right, getting towards the end of the brochure. Oh, it breaks out each item, the 400, the 1010, the 810, the 410, all the printers, the Atari 800. Oh, but my eyes started shifting to this right side. Oh, 400. Oh, no, I gotta go 800. 400. No, 800. 800 was the winner, because that's what TJ purchased. Oh, there's that modem. I'm going to get a modem, but I ended up getting the MPP 300 baud modem. I didn't buy the Atari. I bought the MPP modem. That was awesome. And I even have one of these still, the 830 acoustic modem. Oh, those things were a blast. Okay, numerical keypad. I never owned one of those, but I got a number of 850 interfaces. Those are awesome. Atari Performance Plus. Atari Systems, now that powerful combination. So it's ending the brochure, and it talks about all the stuff that you want to buy and how you're going to be supported in the world of the Atari computer retailer. I'm pretty sure this was from Macy's at the time. I don't remember. This is not my original brochure, folks, but I have collected it along the way. TJ was stupid. He sold all of his Atari stuff. When he got married, he started dumping his stuff off and putting it into Goodwill, and now it's worth $1 bazillion. Oh, in hindsight, I wouldn't go back and play the stock market. I'd go back and get all my computers. A Falcon that I used to own. I own a new one now, but I owned one back then. I owned a TT. I owned all sorts of stuff. But TJ was stupid. Stupid, I say. We're only going to cover this brochure today because this video's getting very long. But we'll come back at a later time because the Atari 800 home computer or the 400. This helped me do the deciding factor. Which one do I buy? And it ended up being this one. But we'll come back and check out these brochures at a later time. Thanks and Merry Christmas to you and yours. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video stepping back in time enthusiastically. Have a safe rest of your Sunday. Bye.